Brothers and sisters, have you ever thought about what awaits us after death? The world tries to distract us with 1,000 illusions, but the truth remains the same. After this life, eternity awaits us. Heaven or hell, salvation or damnation. But there is a third place, one that many speak little of and which our faith teaches us about: Purgatory. Today, I want to bring you a powerful message, a call to the soul from the very depths of Purgatory. Sister Maria della Croce, an extraordinary mystic, received incredible revelations about the souls who suffer as they await heavenly glory. Through her words, taken from the manuscript of Purgatory, we can glimpse into this mysterious and awe-inspiring reality.
If only you knew how much I suffer. Pray for me. I suffer immensely everywhere. Every fiber of my being is engulfed in a purifying fire that burns without consuming, a torment beyond comparison on earth. Oh my God, how merciful you are! If only I had understood earlier the gravity of every act, of every omission, I would have lived with greater fervor. Alas, one cannot imagine what purgatory truly is. Here, the soul longs for God with an overwhelming desire, but is held back, suspended between pain and hope, unable to hasten its purification, except through divine mercy and the prayers of the living.
Let us listen to these words with fear and reverence. If souls could return among us, they would tell us not to waste a single moment in securing eternal life. Sister Maria received direct messages from the souls in Purgatory. One of them confided in her the truth about their suffering.
The fire of Purgatory is a purifying fire of God's justice, and the fire on earth is tolerable in comparison to that of Purgatory. It is but a shadow compared to the great furnaces of divine justice.
Think about this. How many times have we heard that God is love? And yet, His love is not a sentimental illusion, but a reality that calls us to holiness. Every impurity must be burned away before we can enter His presence. The souls who did not sufficiently prepare themselves on earth must be purified in the fire of divine love. The fire that engulfs the souls in Purgatory is not a physical fire like that on earth, but an interior fire that consumes the imperfections of the soul with a suffering that surpasses all earthly pain. The souls in Purgatory feel the burning desire for God within them, yet they are held back by their state of impurity. This waiting is a continuous torment because their only longing is to be united with the Creator. One of the most astonishing revelations of Sister Maria della Croce concerns the structure of Purgatory.
In the great Purgatory are found the most guilty souls. These are the ones who, in life, most abused God's mercy, who knew good and evil and yet chose indifferently to remain in sin until the end. I remained there for 2 years without being able to give any sign of my torments because, in this region, the souls are immersed in a painful silence, far from divine light, suffering from an insatiable thirst for God. Here, one experiences an interior fire that burns unceasingly, an anguish that seems eternal, because every moment is filled with the remorse of not having loved God enough.
May these revelations open our hearts to the reality of Purgatory and urge us to live in such a way that we may enter into God's presence without delay. Then there is the second level of Purgatory, where suffering is less severe but still significant. Here reside the souls who sought God in life but did so weakly, allowing themselves to be swayed by passions and spiritual lukewarmness. These souls are purified in the fire of divine love, feeling the weight of their shortcomings, yet with a hope that brings them closer to reaching celestial glory. Finally, there is the Purgatory of desire, without fire, where the souls who did not love God enough are found. These souls do not have grave sins to atone for, but their spiritual tepidity has made them incapable of immediately receiving the beatific vision. Here, they suffer from a deep, aching longing, an endless waiting, because their purification consists of ardently desiring what they neglected on earth. Purgatory, therefore, is a process of purification with different levels of suffering. The souls who lived in great spiritual tepidity or had grave sins, though confessed before death, are found in the places of greatest torment. Here, purification is intense and prolonged until they are ready to ascend to heaven. In the second level, suffering is still great, but the fire is not as terrible as in the first. Finally, in the purgatory of desire, souls suffer more from the absence of God than from any physical pain. They are purified by their lack of fervor and divine love. The souls in purgatory exist in a state of complete abandonment to the will of God. They know that their salvation is certain, but the suffering they endure is intense and unimaginable. Sister Maria della Croce describes the condition of the souls in purgatory in these words:
Yes, I suffer, but my greatest torment is not seeing the good God. This is a continuous martyrdom that makes me suffer more than the fire of purgatory.
These souls no longer have the freedom to act, nor can they merit new graces. They can only accept their purification with humility, while they anxiously await the day when they will finally see the face of God. Time in purgatory is not the same as time on earth, for eternity follows different measures beyond our human comprehension. Some souls remain in this state for centuries, while others are purified in just a few years or even days, depending on their lives and the prayers and masses offered for them. God, in His infinite mercy, has established that on certain days of the year, the souls in purgatory receive relief. The commemoration of All Souls on November 2nd is the most important day, as many souls are freed through the masses and prayers offered for them. But this is not the only occasion. Sister Maria della Croce recounts that during the great feasts of the Church, such as Christmas, Easter, and the feasts of the Virgin Mary, many souls receive special consolation.
On the day of the Annunciation, I saw the Blessed Virgin for the first time. Her appearance radiated an indescribable light, a celestial sweetness that penetrated our spirit like a divine balm. The vision of her fills us with courage, not only because her presence exudes peace, but because through it, she conveys to us a deep sense of God's mercy. While we see her, our sufferings seem to diminish, as if for a brief moment we are relieved of the weight of our purification. The Virgin gazes upon us with eyes full of love and understanding, and in her gaze we see the promise of eternal beatitude. Oh, how much we long to be with her forever. But we know that we must still be purified before we can enjoy the eternal vision of God.
The Blessed Virgin often visits the souls in purgatory, bringing them a ray of hope and interceding for them before the throne of God. She is the Mother of Mercy, always ready to help those who suffer. Brothers and sisters, the destiny of the souls in purgatory also depends on us. Their suffering can be alleviated through our prayers, our sacrifices, and the holy masses we offer for them. If we remember them today, one day we too may receive grace when we find ourselves awaiting the beatific vision. Therefore, we must live with awareness, avoiding sin and striving to love God with all our hearts. The more we purify ourselves in this life, the less purification we will need in the next. If this message has touched your heart, share it with your loved ones. Subscribe to the channel for more testimonies of faith and extraordinary revelations. And most importantly, start praying today for the souls in purgatory. One day, they will reward you for it. May God bless you.